Hi, I'm Niva, and this is my story. Long ago, I lived on a small farm and was owned by a cruel man who lived by himself. I was his only animal and was kept in a small pasture with no shelter. My owner, who had often heard people call Victor, charged very high prices for kids who had pony rides on me, as children love ponies and I was one. I didn't mind kids so much, but my owner would work me all day without rest and with little to no reward. He fed me less than I needed and didn't give me extra for doing a good job. Every day, I woke up with a slight feeling of weakness, and it was often hard for me to get up. Sometimes I would even stumble when a child was on me, but I never let them fall off. I did what I was told, and I didn't disobey my orders. Most every time when I would have a child on my back and would be tied to the fence while the parents took a picture, Victor would quietly sneak behind them and snatch something from their pocket or bag without them realizing. I was sure he was a criminal. Sometimes in the night, he would leave his home with a mask over his head. It did not look natural. He would come back with bags full of who knows what. I didn't like the feeling that my owner wasn't truthful. I don't get why anyone would want to be. One night, Victor had just come back from one of his unusual outings. He didn't have bags this time, and his mask was nowhere to be seen. He looked rushed, and it seemed like he was out of breath. Quickly, he ran inside, and came back out minutes later with a suitcase that was full. He threw it in his trunk, and then came over to my pasture and gave me another flake of hay.
That should do it. You have grass out there to eat anyway, and I'm sure someone will find you. Europe, here I come.
Without another glance at me, he drove away, and I had a strange feeling that that would be the last I'd see of him. Soon after, I heard sirens, and I sensed that many police vehicles had stopped in front of Victor's house, though I couldn't see what happened in front. I saw lights inside, and I knew officers were searching. One of them, a lady, came out and saw me, standing solemnly in my small field. She quickly hurried over and reached over the fence to pet my muzzle.
You poor thing, you're so thin. It's not right for a bad man like Victor Gray to treat you like this and then just abandon you. The other officers aren't so sure, but I think he fled the country. After pulling a stunt like what you did tonight and almost getting caught, I think any criminal would. What would you care? You can't even understand me. I better ask Chief what to do about you.
She went back to the house and the police left a while later. I was stunned at what had happened. Did my owner leave the country? What was going to happen to me? The next day, though, I figured out. The same policewoman came to give me hay and water in the morning, and later a trailer came to pick me up. I didn't know where I was going, and I also wasn't sure if I should trust these people. What if they were cruel like Victor? We arrived at a nice place that the people were calling a rescue center. I was taken inside and put in a big stall next to other horses. They all looked tired and abused, like I was. Right away, I was given food. They gave me about 2 flakes of hay, but it was different. It tasted much better, and it soothed my aching stomach. I ate it all and was full, which never happened when I was with Victor. He never gave me enough and didn't seem to care. When I was done, I decided to get some information from the horses in the neighboring stalls. Hi, I just got here. Can you tell me where I am? Oh, hi, I didn't realize you arrived. This is a rescue center. Horses who are neglected, abused, or abandoned come here and get nourished. Once each horse is healthy again, the people either sell them or keep them for their facility, which I don't know much about. I was a neglected horse. I got here a month ago, and I'm already doing so much better. My name's Margarita, by the way. What's yours? What's mine? Oh, well, I don't have one. My owner, Victor, never cared much about me. He just barely gave me enough food to survive and made me work harder than I should have. He was also a criminal and abandoned me because the police were on his tracks. That all happened yesterday evening. Oh, wow. I'm so sorry. I'm sure you'll be happy you're here, though. And Margarita was right. A woman who fed the horses in the barn I was at was so kind, and she cared for me well. She would groom me every day until my coat shined. Soon after my arrival, horse doctors came and made sure my hooves were taken care of, my teeth were floated, and checked up my overall health. It felt weird at first to have trimmed hooves and smooth teeth, but it was a huge relief after putting so much pressure on them both over the last couple years. It took a month to fully recover from the harsh life I had lived. I didn't do much in that time, but they did lead me around the property every couple days. I learned that Summer was the name of the lady who cared for me, and she was so nice. I could tell she instantly fell in love, and she made that clear with all she did with me. She seemed surprised at how well I obeyed, especially after being a kid riding pony. I had learned to do as I was told, for Victor made me work twice as hard if I didn't. Summer gave me hugs and kisses and treats every time she came in the barn. I knew I could trust her and that she'd never do anything wrong on purpose. I also became great friends with Margarita, who lived in the stall next to mine. She was training to be a barrel raising horse, and I always encouraged her when she told me about her progress every day. We loved it when they turned us out to the pasture and could play with the other rescue mares. Once I was a healthy pony again, Summer started training me. She would bring me to the arena and see what I already knew. Her methods were different from Victor's. They were kinder, more gentle, and she had a way with horses that made it so fun to train. One day after training, Summer was grooming me off.
You're such a gentle girl, and you're so well behaved. I've been thinking about what to name you, and I think Niva suits you. But the name is so pretty, and it means bright, which is perfect. What do you think, girl?
I wish horses could communicate with humans because I would have told her that I loved it and I couldn't have wanted a better name.
I also was thinking about what you'll be doing once I'm done with your training. You're so calm, and I heard you were a kid's pony before you came here. I think you'd make a great therapy pony. I'll have to tell Hazel about that.
Hey, how was training? It was good, and Summer finally named me. My name is Niva, which is Irish, I think, and she was saying how it fit my personality well. And Summer also thinks she knows what my purpose is. She wants me to be a therapy horse. I'm so excited, Margarita. Wow, that's so cool, and Niva suits you so well. Niva, yes, it's really pretty. I'm so happy for you. Thanks. I'm so glad we're friends. You always make me feel so good. I'm glad we're friends too. Without you, I don't know if I would keep doing barrel racing. Sometimes my rider is frustrating. Margarita was the first real friend I ever had. I was loving it at my new home, and I never wanted to leave. Once Summer had talked it over with the barn manager, it was official that I would be a therapy pony. So she started teaching me how to stand still, take treats politely, and learn a couple more manners for therapy work. I always loved the praise I got. Being with Summer was one of my new favorite things. She continued my training until I was flawless at my job.
You're doing so good, Niva. I scheduled an appointment tomorrow for you to go to a children's hospital and bring smiles to the little kids' faces. I know you'll do great.
I was thrilled. Working with children sounded amazing. Rita, I'm doing my first therapy job tomorrow. I'm so excited. Wow, that's great, Niva. I hope it goes well. I know you'll bring joy to the little kids. Little did I know the surprising thing that would stop me from making the children smile. Later that day, Tom, a stable hand, walked into the barn with Summer.
Yeah, I think the problem is coming from the wires and the walls. I'm no electrician, but it should be an easy fix. I'll see what I can do.
Okay, as long as it's safe for the horses.
Yeah, of course. I'll just have you move Kansas into the pasture so I can work on the wires that are in the walls.
Alright, will do.
So, Summer moved Kansas, a rescue gelding who was training for trail riding, into a pen just outside. Tom worked on the wires for a good hour, I'd say. Why are you laughing, Rita? Because I just realized that Tom knows nothing about electricity. Look at him struggling.
Whoa!
That's funny. Why didn't he just hire an electrician then? He probably just wanted to impress Summer or something. At least he didn't think the problem was too bad, or he would have hired someone to do it. Yeah, probably. It is hilarious, though.
What? Oh no, fire, help. Niva, Rita.
I woke up with a start. Oh no, a fire! Margarita, wake up!
Guys, hurry.
I'm coming, Kansas. Niva, my door won't budge. I'll help you, Rita. Kansas, go out the front door and get help. Niva! I'm coming. It's no use, Niva. My door to outside won't budge, and there are pieces of the barn blocking your path. I can't just leave you.
Niva! Margarita!
You have to. Go. But Rita! Niva, save yourself. Go.
Oh, my baby! Tom, did you get Rita?
I thought you got her.
I have to find her!
Summer, you can't. It's too dangerous. You could get killed.
But Margarita's still in there! No!
Rita!
No!
A long time went by when the firefighters were putting out the fire.
It's all my fault. The fire was caused by an electrical problem. I should have hired an electrician.
Margarita?
I'm gonna miss her too, Niva.
Summer, Tom, are you guys okay? Did you get the horses out?
Rita!
Yes, we're all okay, and we got all the horses out of this barn. How far did the fire spread?
Luckily, it only took down this barn and the big pasture. We're blessed that the fire didn't catch in other places too. I'm so glad you're okay, Margarita. I'm glad you are too. I wasn't sure if you made it out okay. You risked your life trying to save me. But you were selfless enough to let me leave and save myself. That's what friends do. I am so glad I know you.
What are we gonna do, Hazel? A lot of the horses don't have anywhere to go.
Well, we're gonna have to send them to different homes while we rebuild the stable.
But that's gonna take forever! And how are we gonna pay for this?
I'm not sure, Summer. I don't even know if insurance will cover it. Arrangements were made, however, for us horses to find temporary homes while the barn got rebuilt. I got sent to a farm in the middle of nowhere that had lots of work to be done. I lived in a small shed, not nearly as nice as the rescue center. I wish Margarita had come with me, but as far as I know, she got sent to a pet hospital to make sure she didn't suffer anything worse than cuts and scrapes. Where she would be going after that, I wasn't sure. An older woman owned the farm, and she used me as a cart pulling pony. I would work long hours pulling heavy loads of logs or rocks almost every day until the job was done. It was a hard process, and sometimes my new owner neglected my well-being and pushed me almost to my limits. At least she gave me enough food. Well, she usually did. A lot of the time she'd be in a rush and only give me half of what I needed. Those days were rough. The only thing stopping me from giving up was Sloane, the barn cat. While she wasn't as comforting as Margarita was, she was usually always there for me and gave me encouragement. The lady worked me for months and months, always finding something to get done. Sometimes she would put the smaller loads on my back, at least what she thought were smaller. Usually they created pain and stress on my spine, but she didn't seem to notice. I never got to know her name, and she was never very social. No one ever came to see her, and she didn't talk out loud to me like Summer did. I dreaded every day that I had to work, feeling both weak and lonely. I was starting to lose hope that I would ever go back to the rescue center. Just when I thought I couldn't endure it any longer, my owner abruptly decided to sell me and move to a different state. So I then went to a small property with a grassy field. My first impressions were great. It seemed like there was no work for me to do, and I could eat all I wanted. I spent the first day eating and running around freely. It felt great after being cooped up in a shed for a year, only going out to work. My new human was nice, but didn't care much about me. She came out every once in a while to fill up my water, and she would usually give me a couple pats. At least it was better than a woman who wanted me to work all day. The pasture was beautiful in the evenings. I wish Margarita could have been there with me. I still miss her and was wondering how she was doing. I didn't have any friends at this new location, though the little critters like birds and squirrels often came by. There were also a couple chickens living in my field, but they usually didn't come nearby and chat. It was a pretty peaceful place. My only wish was that there would be another horse to keep me company, or maybe even if my new human would spend more time with me. One thing I did love was the grass.
It was so good. At the rescue center, there wasn't a whole lot of sweet grass to eat, but here, I could eat as much as I wanted. Some nights, though, my stomach hurt and I realized I ate too much. Oh well, at least I wasn't starving like I have been in the past. One time, when I was standing under a tree, something dropped onto my back, spooking me and sending me bucking. I realized it was only a naughty squirrel. Ah, don't spook me like that.
Sorry, Pony. My brother pushed me out of the tree. Out of the tree, yippee! Thanks for breaking my fall.
Oh, you're welcome. What's your name?
I'm Chip. Chip, Chip, Chip. I'm Squirrel. Squirrel, Squirrel, Squirrel.
Okay. I'm Niva.
Niva. Niva. Good name, good name.
Thanks.
So where are you from? What town? What place?
Well, I actually don't know the town, but I'm from a rescue center. It caught on fire a while ago, so I had to move, and then I came here.
Oh, fire, fire, fire.
You know, you're a strange creature, Chip.
Stranger I am because I'm Chip, 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 Chip.
As strange as he was, I began to like him. He was quite entertaining, and once we knew each other better, he would go on forever, talking about the area and what went on with his squirrel siblings. It cured my boredom, and I laughed for the first time since the fire. Chip was really my only companion, and the other critters just ignored me. He sometimes did get into mischief, though. Once, he brought me a bag of apples and said he had climbed through the window of my owner's house and stole them. Well, I was opposed to stealing from innocent people. The apples were just begging me to eat them, so we shared them and ate heartily. That night, after I finished my dinner with some juicy grass, I began to feel funny. My stomach ached and my vision was blurring. I laid down, pain all over. Chip, seeing me from his tree, jumped down.
Niva, are you sick? Are you ill? Do you need a pill?
I don't know. I'm hurting all over. Can you get my owner?
Sure thing. I'll be back in a jiffy. Jiffy.
And with that, he took off running. It was only about 5 minutes later when the lady saw me, sick in my field, and immediately called a vet. The same vet that worked at the rescue center arrived in less than an hour and said I was suffering badly from colic. What are you feeding her? Just grass. How did she get sick, Doc? Do you limit the grass she gets each day and give her grain as well? No, I didn't know I had to. I thought I could just leave her out in the pasture and that would be fine. Your mistakes could be fatal, Lauren, and look how fat she is. Do you not know this is unhealthy? I'm sorry, I thought... No, you didn't think. Owning a horse is definitely not something you're qualified for. If she makes it, I suggest selling her. That night was tough, as the vet was trying to save me. I fought to stay awake. My body was full of pain and my head was throbbing. Just when I thought I wouldn't hold out much longer, the aching lessened and my head stopped hurting. I think she'll be fine. Oh, that's great. Hello, horse. This is crazy. You can't understand me, but I guess I'll say it anyway. I'm sorry for, letting you get sick. The doctor told me that because I don't have anywhere to put you as of right now, I should get you a muzzle. She said it'll help you not eat as much, but, she also said I should give you more attention than I did. So, I guess I'll spend a couple of minutes petting you? And she did. At first it was awkward. She clearly wasn't used to giving animals love, but after a couple minutes I felt something different in her. She stroked my back more naturally. It was nice. The first real pets I had in a long time. For the next month or two, Lauren was deciding on whether or not to keep me. She put the muzzle on my mouth in the day and gave me grain in the evenings. I stopped feeling like I ate too much when I went to bed. I wondered what would happen to me. Honestly, I'd given up hope a while ago that I would get back to Summer. If I could pick, I'd want to stay at this peaceful place. Now that Lauren actually knows more about caring for a horse, it was actually quite nice. I wouldn't want to risk going to another place to live. Who knows what the new owner would be like. So when Lauren came out one day and told me I would be leaving and she needed to groom me and make me clean, I was not too excited. While she was cleaning me off, Chip came near enough for me to tell him goodbye. It was oddly sad. I never thought I would be this attached to a little squirrel. He'd become my closest friend, and though he often got into mischief, he made my days a little brighter. Goodbye, Chip. I'll never forget you.
Goodbye, Niva. Goodbye. You are a great friend. I'm Chip. Chip. I'm a squirrel. Squirrel.
I sighed, dreading the time when the trailer would arrive to bring me to my new home. Why couldn't my life just be simple? Oh, she's here.
Oh, I'm so excited to see her again.
I knew that voice. Summer!
Niva! You're here. Oh, I missed you so much. I'm so sorry for everything you've been through. You're coming home, Niva. You're coming home.
A huge weight lifted off my shoulders. I was going back to the rescue center. As I stepped into the trailer, a wave of relief washed over me. I was going back to the rescue center, back to Summer, back to a place where I belonged. I could barely wait on the drive back. It passed by quickly, though, and we finally arrived. The rescue center was even more beautiful than I remembered. It looked similar to the old one, but the paint job was fresh and clean. There was new faces, new horses, and a renewed sense of hope in the air. Summer led me to a stall that was just like my old one. It felt so good to be back, but I was disappointed that Margarita was nowhere to be seen. Did she get moved? Would I see her soon? Questions filled my mind. The worst one was, what if she didn't remember me after being away for so long? My mind was troubled all day and the next. I wish she would come back. Soon I was brought into the pasture to play. Maybe Rita would be there? However, I didn't see her, nor did I recognize any of the mares. I assumed they're all new. I felt disappointed and somewhat excluded. These new mares were chatting like they were best friends, and here I was, wondering where mine went. But then I realized that maybe these new mares would know where Rita was. Excuse me.
Oh, hi. Are you new?
No, not exactly. I lived here for a while until it burned down 2 years ago. Then I went to different places while it was being rebuilt. I just got here yesterday.
Oh, wow. I heard stories that there was a fire, but I never really believed them. I'm Belle, by the way. What's your name?
I'm Niva, but can you please tell me, do you know what happened to Margarita? She's an Appaloosa mare and...
Rita? She's competing in the Big Valley Rodeo this week.
A rodeo? Margarita?
Yeah, she's been training for months. Barrel racing, of course. She's a natural. She'll be back tonight, though.
A wave of relief washed over me. Margarita was okay, and she was chasing her dreams. I couldn't wait to hear all about her adventures and see her progress. Thank you for telling me, Belle. Rita was my best friend before we got separated after the fire. I'm so glad she's doing well. Summer left me in the pasture for the rest of the day, and I waited and waited for Rita to come back. The more I thought about her coming back, the more I got scared. What if she didn't remember me? We'd been separated for 2 years, and it sounded like she had new friends. Deep in thought, I barely heard the rattle of the trailer coming up the road. But then I realized, it's Rita. She's here. Hazel unloaded Margarita from the trailer. She brought her over to the pasture, and I was getting excited and nervous. Something seemed off about her, though. She hung her head and walked without purpose. She seemed sad. I wonder if something happened at the rodeo. Margarita? She didn't answer and also never looked over at me. Maybe she didn't recognize me. She stood in the corner of the pasture, looking sad. Rita? Belle, I don't want to talk to you right now. But, Rita, it's me. Niva, is this for real? Yes, Rita, I'm here. I can't believe it, you're here. I thought I'd never see you again. Oh, Niva, I missed you so much. I miss you too, Rita. My life hasn't been the same without you. Neither has mine. Is something wrong? Well, I was competing in the rodeo the other day. Yeah, Belle told me. I'm so happy for you. Thanks, Niva. Right before my turn, I thought of you, and I realized it had been at least 2 years since I'd seen you. I thought I'd never see you again. That thought stuck in my head when I would race the barrels, and I lost focus. My steering was off, and I crashed into a barrel, tripping and throwing off my rider. I felt terrible. Oh no, was she injured? She landed on her arm and fractured it, but I haven't heard much more than that. That's terrible. I'm so sorry. I wish I had come sooner so you didn't have to worry about it, but you'll do better now. I'm here to stay. I'm so glad. So now tell me about your life while you were gone. Oh boy, well... After all this, we're coming to the end of my story. I lived out my life in happiness, fulfilling my purpose and working as a therapy horse for kids. I love them all. They all had different backgrounds, different stories, and I felt connections with each and every one of them. Margarita also lived her dreams and became a champion barrel racer, winning many rodeos she competed in. All is well. I'm home, and I'm never leaving.